It's 3 p.m. and time for the Daily Community Briefing. Team coverage of the latest local news important to you. Now let's head to the Wallingford Broadcasting Studios for the Daily Community Briefing.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome into your daily community briefing on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV, Channel 9. I'm Michael Watkins, and on our newscast today, we have an emotional story on an EKU coach who announced his battle with cancer earlier today on social media. We'll tell you who that is and give you the information. We've got data from the Kentucky Football Coaches Association on the number of coronavirus cases that member schools have had since practice began. We've got the information on a drug arrest that took place here in Madison County, plus the arrest of a man following a box cutter attack. And Madison County Schools received praise during the Governor Beshear press briefing yesterday. We've got that recap, plus those local case numbers, and an interview with Amanda Marcum about the impact of COVID-19 on the housing market with numbers to support the buying and selling of homes. Our newscast today is brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, your home for all the best outdoor power equipment like Cub Cadet. Check out their curbside shopping on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We're also brought to you by Scrubsy's, a scrub and embroidery retail store at 519 Hampton Way, taking care of the ones who take care of us with scrubs for men, women, shoes, and more. You can like them on Facebook for more information. And Davis & Powell Funeral Home. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea has the best aftercare in the business. When every detail counts, remember Davis & Powell Funeral Home. In our lead story, the Richmond Police Department recently took a man into custody following several reports of drug trafficking complaints to the HIDTA Drug Task Force. The suspect, Lincoln Jackson, had, according to a source, any drugs they wanted. Following warrants executed after a traffic stop, police allegedly located multiple rounds of ammo and a duffel bag filled with syringes, pills, marijuana, baggies, and a pill grinder with residue. Further investigation in the home on Maple Hill Drive at the home of Jackson's girlfriend, Sherry Winburn, police allegedly uncovered hidden compartments with drugs and paraphernalia, as well as a safe filled with pills, a pipe, and scales. Upon searching further, police located suspected methamphetamine, Suboxone, marijuana, more paraphernalia, ammunition, suspected heroin, and multiple other substances in the home. A bolt-action rifle was also found, which Winburn said all of which belonged to Jackson. In the vehicle belonging to Jackson, a laundry list of other paraphernalia and suspected drugs, as well as a firearm, were also located, all consistent with trafficking. Jackson, according to the citation, said that all of the aforementioned items did in fact belong to him. The list of items found, including all suspected drugs and seized firearms, too long to list here, were logged as evidence at the Richmond Police Department. Jackson was taken into custody and charged with trafficking in marijuana, trafficking in a controlled substance, fraudulent use of an ID card, multiple counts of possession of drugs, possession of a handgun and firearm by a convicted felon, and multiple other charges. He remains lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. Earlier today, the EKU Colonel's Facebook and Twitter accounts posted a video of a very emotional A.W. Hamilton who talks about the last month and a half of his life. In the video, Hamilton talks about going to the dermatologist to have a mole removed, and a week later finding out that he was diagnosed with melanoma. Hamilton talks about the surgery, how he felt, and just how much he loves his job, his players, and his friends and family. He also goes on to say that he is cancer-free and talks about setting goals for his life, which now include 3 new ones. Those 3 new goals are beat cancer, tell his story, and save a life. Hamilton led the Colonels to 12 wins in the Ohio Valley Conference last year, second most in school history, and he was named Conference Coach of the Year and NABC District 18 Coach of the Year. You can find the video now, which we have shared on the WBON TV Facebook page. One woman has been pronounced dead following a fatal 3-vehicle crash which happened Tuesday morning on Georgetown Road. Kentucky State Police officials say that the 19-year-old woman was killed in the crash, which happened in Frankfort, and 2 other people were taken to nearby medical facilities. Traffic has resumed flow on Georgetown Road between Providence Baptist Church and Elkhorn Hills Lane after being closed for several hours. Well, as of now, high school football is a go here in Kentucky, even though there is still concern surrounding the coronavirus. The KHSAA is set to meet again on August 20th, which is this Thursday, and several players and coaches have been tweeting on social media with the hashtag #WeWantToPlay. The Kentucky Football Coaches Association compiled a survey of all COVID-19 data within their programs. The athlete data consisted of 190 schools reporting, and the number of athletes in the program are 10,962, and the number of athletes which have tested positive is 96. The percentage of athletes testing positive is 0.875%. According to staff data, the number of staff or support staff in the programs is 1,760. The number of staff or support staff which have tested positive is 17, which is also less than 1%. The overall data for the athlete and staff combined is 12,722 number of participants in the programs. The number of participants which have tested positive is 113, and the number of cases traced back to football workouts is 0. The percentage of participants testing positive is 0.888%. The Thursday meeting will be streamed live via the KHSAA.TV YouTube channel, and it will begin at 10:30 a.m. Richmond police were recently called to investigate a complaint at the East Main Street CVS location where it was alleged that a male subject was covered in blood. Upon the officers' arrival to the location, the victim was located nearby with a large amount of blood visible on his shirt. Further investigation revealed a large laceration in his neck and left arm. When asked by police what happened, the victim claimed that he was jumped by an unknown man and was unable to defend himself. Due to the severity of the injuries, the victim was transported to UK Hospital, and after receiving a physical description of the attacker, authorities located the man who reportedly claimed the attack who reportedly committed the attack nearby. A large amount of blood was also visible on his person, and a utility knife covered in blood was located in his pocket. Though small lacerations were discovered on his person, the suspect, later identified as Todd Smith, refused medical treatment. Smith was then transported to the Richmond Police Department, and police were later advised by UK hospital staff that the victim had a chest tube implanted due to the severe blunt force trauma and a possible collapsed lung suffered during the attack. Smith was transported to the Madison County Detention Center, where he was charged with first-degree assault. Well, Crossroads Church of Richmond is encouraging the community to gather to pray over Madison County Schools during a walk this Thursday at 7 p.m. The event will begin at the Madison County Courthouse. Multiple churches will participate along with Richmond Mayor Robert Blythe and representatives from Madison County Schools and EKU. The Berea Fire Department responded to an increase in incoming calls during July, receiving 68 compared to 54 in June. The department had 24 rescue and emergency medical service calls during the month compared to only 13 in June. Additionally, the department responded to 4 fires, 13 service calls, 10 false alarms, and 2 animal rescues. The fire department also responded to 5 motor vehicle accidents with injuries and 6 without injuries. Though the department is hoping to continue its public outreach efforts in the future, Berea Fire Department Chief Sean Sandland said COVID-19 has made that element of the department's mission more challenging. We still remain very cautious not to expose our staff to the COVID-19 virus by keeping our stations closed to the public, Sandland said. We miss being able to open the doors for station tours and other public relation activities that we are accustomed to doing. It's now time for our first commercial break. When we come back, we'll have those local coronavirus numbers for you. That and more coming your way next on your Daily Community Briefing, live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON-TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cupcadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Get the money you need now. Apply for a home equity line of credit at Cumberland Valley National Bank today, with no payments for 6 months and low rates. There's never been a better time to tap into your home's equity.
The Estill Clinic and Urban Healthcare Pharmacies are focused on providing the best care possible for the people of Estill County. Our care for our patients and our community is what sets us apart. With society's fast pace, we want to make sure you leave with the information you need about your medications. With the knowledge and experience of John, Ryan, and Janet, you are guaranteed excellent service, whether you're in the store or pulling through the drive-thru. Taking care of the people of Estill County is our #1 priority. So stop in or give us a call to become a part of our community.
The Habitat Restores of Clark and Madison County are back open and accepting donations at both locations. The donations help to build homes for someone in need in your community. If you'd like to schedule a pickup, just contact the store closest to you. Donate, shop, or volunteer with the Habitat for Humanity of Clark and Madison County.
Wallingford Media Company is proud to be local. We are your local broadcasters, bringing you local news, local weather, local sports, and local happenings each and every day. Wallingford Media hopes you're proud to be local too and will support our locally owned businesses that make our community unique. Supporting local helps us all. Did you know for every $100 spent with local businesses, $68 stays right here? Local business employs 77 million Americans and accounts for 17% of all new jobs over the last 17 years. These are the people that support our schools, local charities, and organizations. They are your friends and neighbors. So before you buy, be proud to be local, support local, shop local. This message proudly presented to you by your local broadcasters, Wallingford Media Company.
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC, 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
It's here, a place to get scrubs in Richmond without having to make the drive out of town. Scrubs is a scrub and embroidery retail store at 519 Hampton Way, Suite 2 in Richmond, with brands like Grey's Anatomy, Cherokee, Skechers, and the very popular Healing Hands brand. Scrubsies also has scrubs for men. They have shoes, and they can also embroider your scrubs with your name or company. Nurses have been at the forefront of the coronavirus pandemic, and Scrubsies wants to help take care of the ones who take care of us. Like them on Facebook for more information. We are back on your daily community briefing, brought to you by Davis & Powell Funeral Home. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea has the best aftercare in the business. When every detail counts, remember Davis & Powell Funeral Home. Affordable Service Solutions, heating and air. When your AC stops cooling, call Brian with Affordable Service Solutions at 859-779-0122. And we're also brought to you by Bluegrass Marble and Granite of Richmond at 635 and a half Big Hill Avenue. Bluegrass Marble and Granite can take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. Well, in his press briefing yesterday, Governor Andy Beshear gave Madison County Schools a shout-out for their efforts as far as getting back to school. With a recap of that governor report from yesterday, here's WBON TV's Ron Likens.
During Monday's COVID-19 update, Governor Beshear reported lower numbers in the past week, but he did remind everyone the numbers for the Monday report are usually low.
So today's report, we have 376 new cases of COVID-19. That's about in line with the last several weeks and what we have seen on Mondays. 54 of those, that's 15%, are 18 or under. We have 39,691 positives since the beginning. We've also lost 5 new Kentuckians to COVID-19. Remember those bells at 10 a.m.? They're needed for an 84-year-old man from Boyd, a 75-year-old woman from Oldham, a 63-year-old man from Henry County, a 91-year-old man from Callaway County, and an 87-year-old woman from Franklin County.
During his update, Governor Beshear talked about new cases, pointing out Madison County as proof they have made the right decision in delaying school.
20 in Madison County. There were 2 of these 20 that are high school-age kids. So even just based on that today, when they might have been going back today or next Monday to school, I think the right decision was made, even if it was a hard one.
The positivity rate remains at 5.8%, a number the governor says must come down. The governor also continued to point to September 28th as a target date for students to return to classroom instruction. From the TV9 newsroom, I'm Ron Likens.
Thanks, Ron, for that report. In Estill County yesterday, there were no new cases reported. The total positive for the county remains at 37, with 24 of those having recovered and 13 active cases. There are still 31 pending results out of Estill County. In Madison County yesterday, they reported 31 new cases, and that brings the county total up to 980, 470 of which have recovered. And one rise that we have seen is the number of hospitalizations. There are currently 4 in the hospital battling COVID-19. 505 have the virus and are fighting the virus at home. The weekend breakdown for Madison County was 22 new cases from Saturday, 18 new cases on Sunday, and 31 again reported yesterday. Again, the total for Madison County is up to 980. In the Cumberland Valley Health District, they reported 4 new cases and 3 recovered. In Clay County, 3 new with 1 recovered in Jackson County, and 7 new confirmed cases with 4 recovered in Rockcastle County. The total number of current active cases for the district is 65, and the total recovered for the district is 331. The total number of cases of COVID-19 for Rockcastle, Jackson, and Clay County is 488. There were 6 new on Saturday through Monday, so only 6 over the weekend for Laurel County, and only 1 of those was hospitalized. Yesterday, they announced a 55-year-old female, a 30-year-old male, a 37-year-old male, and a 57-year-old female had all contracted the virus. The total number of cases for Laurel County right now is up to 468, with 52 cases below the age of 18 and only 10 above the age of 80. It's now time for our second commercial break. When we come back, we'll hear from Amanda Marcum of Berkshire Hathaway Home Real Estate about the coronavirus impact on the housing market and much more. Coming your way next on your daily community briefing, live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer. And in the spring of 1992, Bishop Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Kopudet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Get the money you need now. Apply for a home equity line of credit at Cumberland Valley National Bank today, with no payments for 6 months and low rates. There's never been a better time to tap into your home's equity.
The Estill Clinic and Urban Healthcare Pharmacies are focused on providing the best care possible for the people of Estill County. Our care for our patients and our community is what sets us apart. With society's fast pace, we want to make sure you leave with the information you need about your medications. With the knowledge and experience of John, Ryan, and Janet, you are guaranteed excellent service, whether you're in the store or pulling through the drive-thru. Taking care of the people of Estill County is our #1 priority. So stop in or give us a call to become a part of our community.
The Habitat Restores of Clark and Madison County are back open and accepting donations at both locations. The donations help to build homes for someone in need in your community. If you'd like to schedule a pickup, just contact the store closest to you. Donate, shop, or volunteer with the Habitat for Humanity of Clark and Madison County.
Wallingford Media Company is proud to be local. We are your local broadcasters, bringing you local news, local weather, local sports, and local happenings each and every day. Wallingford Media hopes you're proud to be local too, and will support our locally owned businesses that make our community unique. Supporting local helps us all. Did you know for every $100 spent with local businesses, $68 stays right here? Local business employs 77 million Americans and accounts for 17% of all new jobs over the last 17 years. These are the people that support our schools, local charities, and organizations. They are your friends and neighbors. So before you buy, be proud to be local, support local, shop local. This message proudly presented to you by your local broadcasters, Wallingford Media Company.
When you need professional assistance, White & Associates Certified Public Accountants and Consultants of Richmond can help you, providing professional services to individuals, small business, self-employed proprietors, corporations, municipal, governmental, and not-for-profit organizations. White & Associates provides individualized services for taxes, audits, business startup, consulting, financial services, payroll, and bookkeeping. Visit the website for more information and to see the local testimonials. White & Associates, PSC, 1407 Lexington Road, Richmond.
It's here, a place to get scrubs in Richmond without having to make the drive out of town. Scrubs is a scrub and embroidery retail store at 519 Hampton Way, Suite 2 in Richmond, with brands like Grey's Anatomy, Cherokee, Skechers, and the very popular Healing Hands brand. Scrubsies also has scrubs for men. They have shoes, and they can also embroider your scrubs with your name or company. Nurses have been at the forefront of the coronavirus pandemic, and Scrubsies wants to help take care of the ones who take care of us. Like them on Facebook for more information. Welcome back to your daily community briefing. I'm Michael Watkins. Glad to have you along on this Tuesday. Back in April, I spoke to Amanda Marcum with Berkshire Hathaway about the housing market. She told me that recently they have seen an increase in several categories as opposed to this time last year, and that the virus has not had an impact at all here recently. Plus, she talks about the current mortgage rates, and to give us all the details of how good the market is right now, here's Amanda Marcum.
It has been something very interesting that I have never experienced in my 13 years in real estate. So year to date, most of the statistics that I'll rattle off to you here today are from LBAR, which is the Lexington Bluegrass Association of Realtors, which covers 22 counties in central Kentucky. So it's Fayette County and outward. So year to date, our MLS has seen almost 5% more properties go under contract than year to date this time last year, and have closed 1.8 times fewer units than last year. Which basically what that means is I expect over the next month or two, we should exceed last year's closed units by this time. The market really slowed. Well, last time we talked in March and April, the number of showings back then, we've got data because all the agents log off their showings through a system called Showing Time, and we can access that data. So you can see a big dip this year from the middle of March through the middle of April. And then from April 10th up until May 10th, basically it's a trending upwards of the number of showings. And after about mid-May through right now, the number of showings per day has been more this year than the same days last year. And overall, our biggest challenge is inventory. We just don't have enough houses to sell. While it would be easy to blame that on COVID back in January and February, we actually then also had the lowest inventory we had seen well before the virus and the pandemic started. Obviously, Corona hasn't helped, but inventory remains incredibly tight even after, and it's going to stay tight. Everyone predicts after the pandemic and Corona thing is over. Now basically is a really great time to sell. We only have about 1.5 months of inventory, and the days on the market for the whole MLS is hovering around only 45 days. In some price points in some neighborhoods, it's as low as like in the teens. And year to date, the median house prices are up 10%. And in just July, the median house price is up 15%. But the great news is if you aren't selling and you're buying, or if you're selling and then buying, interest rates are at a historic low. It's basically like free money. It's a bad close to free money out there. I closed with some clients last week. And I normally, as a realtor at the closing, we just kind of sit there in the corner and kind of just, explain some things here and there, but there's an attorney present. So the attorney was going over their documents and was like, all right, so your fixed rate, interest rate for the next 30 years is 2.75. And I almost choked on my own tongue. I was like, what? I was like, are you kidding? And he was like, yeah. I said, for 30 years? And they're like, yeah, that's absolutely like bananas. If anyone can possibly capitalize on buying anything, any kind of property, I don't care if it's even a lot, and you finance it and you get that interest rate, that's, oh my gosh, please, you have to try to capitalize. That's just absolutely crazy.
Well, Amanda, tell the folks where they can find information about you and the Marcum Sold team.
I would love if you would visit our website, marcumsold.com, and everything's on there. You can connect with us on social media with the same handle, and we'd love to connect, love to come out and meet. If you have any thoughts at all, we can look at your house, meet, discuss, and go from there.
For WBON TV 9 News, I'm Michael Watkins. Thanks, Amanda. And tomorrow on our newscast, we'll have another interview with Amanda Marcum about the Madison County real estate market and the numbers that are for Madison County alone. Well, the Kentucky River Foothills Development Council Incorporated has been awarded a Rural Communities Opioid Response Program implementation grant from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to sustain its fight against opioid use and substance abuse disorder in Madison County. The agency will receive $1 million over a 3-year period to implement a set of evidence-based intravenous and promising practices that align with HRSA's 5-point strategy to combat the opioid crisis. Nationwide, $89 million was awarded to 89 grantees, and 6 of the awards were made to Kentucky organizations. Moore initially worked to develop plans to ensure that services provided to the target population were coordinated in a county-wide, unified manner, that stigma was reduced through a hometown recovery media campaign, and that consortium and network members were introduced to resources of which they were not previously aware. The overall goal of this project is to reduce the morbidity and mortality associated with opioid overdoses in high-risk rural communities. Well, in a statement from the KYTC Aviation, National Aviation Day is on Wednesday, August 19th. That's tomorrow. Many Kentuckians are involved in the aviation industry, and we want to take this opportunity to say thank you to all the people who work at, support, or use Kentucky's 260-plus airports. In 2019, aerospace was Kentucky's top export industry with $14.61 billion and ranked second in the United States behind only Washington State. Jet engines, aircraft brakes, and many more products are built in the Commonwealth and sent all over the world. There are many activities, events, and industries related to aviation. From drones to commercial jets, aviation touches the lives of nearly all Kentuckians. We encourage you to celebrate Aviation Day with activities and a happy Aviation Day greeting to everyone. Well, in an attempt to go forward with the 2020 U.S. 25-yard sale, there are going to be some changes. They have postponed the event until October 23rd, cut the event to a 2-day affair just Friday and Saturday, and they will continue to monitor the situation and follow the governor's guidelines. Also, Campbell and Anderson counties in Tennessee and Whitley County and Williamsburg have been dropped from the route, and this is going to be a permanent change. Also, Grant County's officials decided to sit out any reschedule, and all other cities and counties agreed to proceed. They look for Grant Countyans to participate regardless of what their leaders decide, and many have already contacted the Facebook page or the website. For more information, you can check out that Facebook page, which is facebook.com/new US 25 Yard Sale 2020 or US25yardsale.com. This is a family-friendly, free event, and each community is in charge of planning their own area's event. Usually, the tourism talks know what is happening locally. If you have any questions, you can call 859-779-3005. They encourage all local clubs, church groups, school and youth league teams, bands, and other groups to organize their items and have a great event. It's time to celebrate the freedom, and that's coming from Randy Coffey, which is a Berea volunteer for the U.S. 25-yard sale. That'll do it for us today. We appreciate you being with us. We'll be right back here, same time, same place tomorrow for your daily community briefing, live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV, Channel 9.